Hello, welcome to today's show. Did you know how to get out from psychological depression without medicine? Yes, it's possible. That is possible through NLP, Neuro-Linguistic Programming, or Neuro-Linguistic Psychology. A very few people are stars of society in successfully practicing NLP. One of those rare stars of drugless therapy is Dr. P.T. Sunderam, an early pioneer of NLP in India. Let's find out in this interview how he obtained his PhD doctorate in NLP. Sir, I would like to know what is basic NLP. NLP psychology has become the buzzword everywhere in the world.
Thank you for giving the opportunity. I'm Dr. P.T. Sunderam. I am in this field for the last 25 years. You can see my work in around 300 YouTube videos. NLP is called Neuro-Linguistic Programming. In other words, it is nothing but a mind management psychology. How to manage your mind by yourself. I would call this NLP science as a psychology with a mathematical precision. How it differs from other schools of psychology. Other schools of psychology talks about perceptions. Other schools of psychology talks about dreams. Other schools of psychology talks of various fears, phobias, and alterations. But here, you get a result with mathematical precision. To give you a metaphor, suppose you purchase a cell phone, or you purchase a telephone, or you purchase a mixie, along with any electronic gadget, you get one small booklet called a training manual, isn't it? A small booklet called training manual. How to do and how not to do, the do's and don'ts of it. Whereas NLP talks about the mind. N is neuro, L is language of the mind, P is programming. Programming is nothing but input, process, output. NLP, I would consider, is like a manual of the mind. How you're thinking, why you're thinking, and what will be the outcome of thinking. So NLP, every NLP practitioner, or when you come to my NLP training program, we teach you how to become your own thought manager, how to become your own psychologist, how to program your own mind. That is how this school of psychology differs from other school of psychology. Here we have to get the result, and we have to ensure that our clients also get result. That is how NLP is called Neuro-Linguistic Psychology, and it is making inroads into every field, in personal life, in professional life. Housewives are there, working employees are there, corporate engineers are there, corporate officers are there, voluntary organizations. Any person you would like to update your mind, if you know how your mind is working, then you can create a big revolution in your own lifestyle, your own success style. So I would say that NLP is a must psychology for each and every person living on the earth. If your life is growing like this, and after NLP, life will go like this. So, neuro-linguistic psychology. So, it's nothing but a mind manual of your own mind, how it works.
We heard that you applied NLP with prisoners in Central Jail. I want you to share your experience. How did this go about?
Well, yes. See, the NLP was found in the year 1970 by Richard Bandler and Dr. Grinder. And it took almost 27 years to travel from America to India. But in 1997, Dr. Richard Bandler came to India. And before that, maybe from the year of 92 itself, I was interested in NLP. I used to fly to different parts of the world to know little bits of tidbits of NLP, little there, here. But in 1997, I think 13 December 1997, when Bandler completed his first program, where all the top trainers of India were together. All the top trainers of India were together to learn what actually is NLP straight from the horse's mouth. And I was one among them. And I was in charge of a practitioners group from Hyderabad, a city in India. So I used to conduct these practice sessions. I used to do my own homework. I used to do the therapy sessions on myself, on my friend. I used to interpret that. Because as a coordinator, I had to do a lot of homework. In the process, I got benefited. My practice group became bigger and bigger. Initially, it was in my house. Then I went to the top floor in an apartment. Then when it became very big, then I had to go to Indira Park, one of the biggest park at the time in Hyderabad city. So the pre-requirement for doing an advanced program. So we were told that the advanced program of NLP will be done in Hollywood studios. And the pre-requirement was we had to prove ourselves by practicing it. NLP is not a training program. NLP is a practitioner's program. That means every NLP person has to practice, and practice. If he is not practicing it, he is not an NLPer. He can only talk theory. It is like an NLP teacher. So I had to do something, and at a very short time. And like many other youngsters at that age, we also dreamt of going to Hollywood. Then I was thinking, why can't I do something? An idea came to me that why can't I do a sort of an application to some group. Then I heard about NLP working in every part of the world. But now I want to prove that it is working in my community, in my culture, in India. Okay. At that time, I chose the prisoners of Central Jail. I talked to one of my friends who was a police commissioner, and he was very happy. He told that many psychiatrists doesn't come to us, but you are trying to come and help the prisoners free of cost. And he welcomed us. It was a 3 months program, and I went and I did it. Then when we talked on that, it was a group awareness program we created for a few days, calling all the prisoners to the central portion. There was a hospital in the jail, and there was also a doctor who was also under trial, and he coordinated. And every day I was giving lectures on what is NLP and what way it can found out. And at that time, when we listed down the problems of the prisoners, one of the problems which I selected was the sleeping disorders of the prisoners in Central Jail. That has become my thesis. Sleeping disorder, a study on the sleeping disorders of prisoners in Central Jail. And we applied all the NLP techniques on them. And a lot of programs are going on. Some Swamiji program was going on, some yoga program was going on, some new entrepreneurs program was going on in that Central Jail. And the prisoners where I went, they were from Hyderabad Central Jail, and they were very youngsters, very young group, maybe 25, and the average age is 30. I was really very sorry to see these prisoners. And it was like my management trainees or engineer trainees, which I used to recruit when I was general manager of BHL Hyderabad. And they were like management trainees, youngsters, very educated, were there. And they cooperated. Initially, there was some sort of, all the groups did not come. But over, when they saw the result and the word spread in that small group, people started coming one by one, and it went a big group, and we collected the data and we submitted it, and later on it became my thesis for my doctorate in NLP.
Where did you do this jail NLP project, and how it was useful to jail inmates?
Well, I already told you I was working with the Hyderabad Central Jail prisoners, and how it is useful to them. was a very good question. See, they were stuck up with a disturbed life in the night. They were not able to sleep, and as a result, their physiological system got upset. They were not able to eat, they were not able to digest. And when the physiology suffers, the psychology also suffers. You might have come across many cases where the people who are in prison, either they get reformed or they get deformed. So it is like a small regulation I did in my life. Okay? And I told you NLP is nothing but how to become a psychologist for your own program. Okay? It is like this, madam. I am teaching you car driving. Okay? I am teaching you cycling. Isn't it? You are not knowing cycling, now you are able to cycle and you are able to go and buy your groceries. You are able to do it in 15 minutes. Earlier, without cycling, what you were doing? You were going for 1 hour walking around. Okay? Now productivity has improved. Now you are able to meet more people. You are able to save your time. You are not only able to do that, you are also able to take one more person on the bicycle. Okay, it is like I have given them bicycle, I have given you a bicycle, and I also taught you how to do the bicycle. So it all depends on how the person uses it, and what we teach in NLP is a lifelong strategic process. I told you it's a mathematically precision-oriented, result-oriented output. Many lives have changed, and the productivity has gone up, the thinking style has changed. And I told you these people are in lifelong sentence. It's not that 3 years, 5 years they come out and we made another study to find out how they are. No. They are lifelong prisoners.
What made you choose NLP for the jail inmates?
See, one thing is I was telling you that it was a mathematically precision-oriented psychology. Isn't it? See, when I can reform the prisoners, or when an NLP psychologist can create a change in life in the style of prisoners. First is a name for the NLP practitioner. Okay. We are changing the face of the society. So I told you, the whole society, the periphery of the society, one periphery of society, you have got the prisoners. Okay? Make it or break it prisoners. Okay? So they make a good life or they break the good life. So making a good life, I have helped them out. When I have helped them out, what actually has happened, I have changed one particular prisoner. Okay, one particular life of the prisoner. One particular element in the society. So I am trying to change one of the creamy layer of the society who can make or break the society. So that way I have satisfaction. Results were very fantastic, and I had seen professors, I had met professors, I was exposed to a different world. I saw from a cutthroat criminal who murdered by slitting the throat by throwing the chili powder on the face of his opponent, and that was a core criminal one side, and on the other side I saw a professor from IIM, and he has his own reasons for that, and I met one medical doctor who was an army doctor, and afterwards he has become a doctor in REC. At the time it was called REC, now it's called NET, Regional Engineering College, Warangal, and how he was convicted. So every day I was learning a lot, and I felt that I can still do more for them, and that way it went out. I had learned a lot from that, and still I'm doing it.
What would be your message for the people who would like to take NLP as their career?
Yes, neuro-linguistic programming or neuro-linguistic psychology is a very costly program, and before entering into the program, there are some cheap programs that are available for you. I mean cheap program in the sense of cost, because what I found in India is many of the NLP trainers are repeating the same matter, and I would call them NLP teachers. He has been teaching for 30 years. He'll be expert in teaching, but they are not applying to themselves. They do not have a practice group. So the secret should be to do your homework to find out, learn from a person who has already contributed with the help of NLP. Okay. So do your homework. First select a good trainer and with an optimum cost. There are people who charge dollar rates, what is charged in UK, and the same is applicable in India. So some people are not able to reach that price. So you choose a simple program, maybe a cheap program, and you can go for an NLP Foundation program or an NLP guest lecture, and see whether it's going to understand and help you out first, the homework. A lot of YouTube videos are there. You can go and find out who has done how much. You can try to learn from a practitioner, because NLP is not a training program. NLP is a practitioner program. The first certificate you get is called NLP Practitioner Certificate. That means you have to practice on yourself. And there are few books in India. There were technically no books on India. Mine was the first book released in Telugu language. Still available. It was later released after 1 year it was released in Tamil. That's still available in the market. And there are few books on NLP. You go through that. After doing the homework as far as the trainer's contribution, whether he's a teacher or a trainer or he is a practitioner. If he has practiced to different layers of society, yes, you can definitely go to him. Third is he available to you after the training program, or he is flying away? Because this part I have experienced the pain. When Mandal came to India, and when we were doing practicing group, at that time we didn't have any guidance. We cannot call him. At the time email was not there. We do not know any. For a period of 2 years we went very low. No guidance. We went into small depression. All of us has come from an average family, and we have put a lot of money into that. Some of them has gone and taken on loan, and they have put it. And I was also one guy who went on loan, not able to close the loan because we didn't see the return, because there was no guidance for us. So another point I would say is find out whether the trainer is available to you for guidance. Let it be for payment. Even if you call him and pay him, it is worth doing it, because proper guidance is important. It is like when you enter a jungle, it is your life. If you have a guide, you can save it. Otherwise, your dead body will come out. NLP also like that. Many people have invested in NLP with a lot of excitement and energy, and afterwards, the same excitement becomes de-excitement. They are going into depression. Okay. They feel that somebody has cheated them. Nobody has cheated anybody. I have cheated myself. So, do your homework before going to that, and it is to be practiced regularly. The more you practice, the more will be the result. My message for any person who would like to learn NLP is it's a must program, because a mind manual program. Every person on earth should learn NLP, because your productivity will go high. The world is full of competition, and you do not have a choice of getting a job. You have to create your own job. You can become a counselor, you can become a psychologist, you can become a trainer, you can become a therapist, you can become a teacher, you can become an NLP trainer. And as far as this professional opportunities of self-entrepreneurship is very high. So that would be my message for these people. Thank you very much for inviting me for the show. Thanks a lot. See you in some other episode. Thank you. Bye.
Thank you very much.